So just a little truck update. I really can't do anything to the truck still, but you know, I started vacuuming out the bed. I just vacuumed out the cab, and you know, the steering column came apart. I just put the steering column back together. That's really it. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna have to come back apart anyway. Sadly, this little key ring, you can probably even see it. There's a little crack right in it, which isn't the biggest deal, but just a little cool part about my truck's history. You know, there's the radio face. I'm still trying to get the radio up through the hole. I gotta take all that apart. But a cool part about this truck's history is that darker purple is the original purple the truck was in the 90s. Now, I've always wanted to keep that. You know, it was really a key point of the truck. But sadly, as I'm looking here today, it seems as though this broke right in half. It surrounds my my gauge cluster. It's my gauge cluster trim. So, you know, I guess it's time for new things. I guess I could paint the 3 pieces of trim the newer purple, but it was just one of those cool things that kind of kept the original 90s build tied in with now. All right, boys and girls, Minitruck update. So, this is actually the hood for Travis's truck from his accident. I called the company who made my fiberglass hood back in the 90s and had no luck getting another one. They said they didn't even recall making that hood back in the 90s. Sorry for the shaky camera. So basically right now, probably not the best way to do this, but we're just gonna move everything forward a couple inches, just cut the belt real quick, and just start the engine. Just see if it even runs, you know what I mean? See if there's any crazy noises, anything like that. So we're gonna give that a go and see how this goes. So sadly, it looks like I'm gonna end up having to go back to an original hood. I'm sure this truck had the hood with the 3 slots. I'll end up going to the bubble hood. The whole front end's the 97 style anyway. It won't look the worst. It just doesn't look as good. I can live with it, but like obviously we just put this right on here. Like it is like not exact by any means. I was just getting a feel for it, but you can literally see like where the hood stops, like how far everything got pushed right in. That's the first step. I don't know how easy it's gonna be to even get this in here, but we're gonna cut this belt. I need a new one anyway. Once that's cut, peel that sucker off. It's literally in the fan. Like I don't even know how easy this is gonna come out. You can see it just melted right into that fan. Wow. Well, that's junk. Need a new one anyway. Did it the night of the crash. Basically, we just gotta peel everything back a little bit. See what we're working with. All right, so I had to cut a side of the fan, and we got this puppy off. There was no point on bolting it. So I think we are at a point where we can fire this thing up. All right, guys, wish us luck. Let's hope she's okay. No way. Yo, let's go. What? Yo, she's chilling. Oh my god. No way. Let's go. That's so sick. This is so unreal. Let's go. For real. Guys, this is crazy. The fact that it's like going, insane. Yo, let's go. Wow. That's exciting. Like this is like I just want to leave like the most raw footage in this. Like it's insane. Like wow. This is real. Like she's somewhat okay. I mean, I got a lot of stuff to do. I mean, you can see that pulley is just destroyed. But like let's go. It runs. Like we don't need a new engine as far as I know. So that's a massive plus. The engine does still sit sideways. I think it has to do with the front right frame horn being bent. Yeah, sorry, this is so hack. I just threw the battery in just to start it. Like it's unimportant right now though. The fact that it runs is just amazing. So let's go. That's such a win. I just wanted to show you guys. This is after we got the truck running. I mean, that was just right on impact. There's like literally a hole through the radiator. Obviously, the radiator's not really the best best piece of your vehicle to take an impact. So first things first, we're gonna take off what's left of the fan, just as a good start. So there's like 4 10mm nuts you gotta take off. Watch the washers too. And basically, just since I don't have the fan to grab onto, I'm just grabbing onto one of the nuts with a pair of vice grips, and then we're just loosening the other one with a 10mm. So I'll pop this off real quick. Off and separated the nuts and washers, so they're up here good to go. We're just gonna grab this pulley and pull it forward. And everything comes off as we need it to. Thing is cooked. We'll clean all that up later. Gonna put the pulley back on for right now and slide the nuts and washers back on. All right, so next, this one's real simple. We're just gonna take the hood prop out. It's just supposed to be like, we got this rubber grommet, so hopefully I can pop that off first. Pretty easy, I mean. You know, so we're gonna take this out. We're gonna put it somewhere safe, probably in the bed of the truck. So next thing we're gonna work on is getting this headlight housing out. So as you can see, one of the adjuster screws stayed. The other one is here, but it got sucked right in. I'm not really too sure how that worked out. All you got is this little spring that kind of keeps the headlight housing in place. This thing is absolutely mangled. It's trash. Throw it in the pile for now. I'll keep this little adjuster spring. It's in pretty good condition still. I can use it for the next housing. And all we got is this little 10mm right up here left to take out. The other one's probably folding the accent. I'm gonna throw a 10mm socket on that and pull that out real quick. It looks like this one broke too. Just those 30-year-old Nissan bolts, you know, not really rated for this kind of thing. But we'll zip these out, just like that. Pull this last bolt out. I think I might have a problem with this being all the way drilled through the radiator support, so we'll see. Yeah, it looks like that's not coming out too kindly. Cool. We got the headlight housing out for now. It might be savable. I got some new ones anyway, so we're really not going to worry about it. Right here, man, that gives us a little bit better look at the damage. As you can see here, I mean, this is just mangled right up to the, this is actually my inner fender. It's folded right up. Wow, that is crazy to see. All right, so now we're just gonna take off the rest of the front lip. Obviously, it's just an S10 front lip. It'll be cool though, because I can make a video about how to trim these down for size and fitting a new one later, so that'll be a cool video for anybody who's interested. I mean, the thing is just destroyed. The only reason I zip tie these front lips on is because in the event that I have to get it towed, you know, it's easier to just unclip the front lip and get to the mounting points so it can be towed up to a truck. All right, so these as well are also zip tied in. Being that I'm using 4-wheel drive front fenders, I probably could get the proper clips, but yet again, in the event that the truck is so low, sometimes it's just easier to use zip ties for unimportant things like this, you know? I'm really not stressing about scuffing up the fender. I actually think I have to take the mud flaps out first as well, so we'll pull those out real quick. All right, so now we're just gonna get the rest of this fender flare off. Gonna cut a couple more zip ties, and I think should be good. All right, it's starting to rain. I'm just happy we got a couple things off to start. We're gonna come back out here later on. We're gonna go throw the tools away and tarp up the engine bay, and I'll see you in a few. So my friend Mason's here. He's gonna help me out. Just kind of take apart some more of the truck. It's a new day, so here we are. We're just taking out the radiator support bolts for now, up at the top. I think I'm going to cut off some of the excess zip ties on the support. All right, so we got those bolts out, and now we're gonna rip out this side marker lens. I just took out one of these vents too. It is so crammed in there. Looks like the horn is fine, so that's a plus. All right, so we popped this off. One of the wires broke, but thankfully, I mean, even if it wasn't, it would be easy. But thankfully, it just unplugs from here, so I can always hook up another one. This is the old actual blinker that went down here in the bumper, but I put the vents in and swapped my blinker to my side marker lights. So good thing to take note of if you guys are interested in that. I think next we'll pop out this headlight too. So while he works on that, I am going to try to take out this mud flap. the fender flare and the inner fender, just the plastic. Got the fender flare out and everything else, the mud flap and inner fender. Look at that wheel poke. One cool thing is we got the headlight and the housing out. Housing's really not that bad. It could probably be bent right back into shape and be fine to use again, to be honest. Like I said, the driver's side didn't take as bad of an impact as the passenger side did, but it's coming apart. All right, so we just got the rest of the inner structure of the hood taken care of. We're just gonna place that here. Like I said, I think we're gonna end up running a stock hood, but I'm actually kind of excited about it. You know, at this point, might as well embrace it. I think the good, clean look in the front and everything going on in the back, pretty fire. All right, guys, so we just took the wipers out. Next, we'll probably take out that cowl. We got the coolant reservoir out, took all the bolts out, so we'll throw that in the pile for now. I think next we're really gonna focus on the bumper. So we just pulled the radiator out. We'll stuff the hoses for now, and we got one side of the bumper off. Just got one more side to go. It's really difficult though, because those are the bolts. They're off-centered because everything is bent. Same with the other side. So to get to those is going to be kind of a pain. But we'll worry about that later. We're just fighting with one more nut to get this thing off. I mean, look at this. I think lastly, we're just going to take off the cowl. I'm going to rerun these wires just out of the radiator support and everything else. Get all the wires out. Take off the front piece of underglow. Just kind of tuck them all off to the side so we can really start working on getting the front radiator support out. All right, so we removed the wires. They're all sitting up in the engine bay for right now, and we took out the bottom piece of underglow, so that's sitting right there. Now for one of the more exciting pieces to take off, we're gonna get these fenders off. Cannot wait to hang that one on my wall. All right, so all it is, you know, I have these bolts up here. There was 3 at the front. There was one way wedged up in here. We already got that out. So there's 3 bolts on the top, and then one more after you remove the cowl. There's 2 behind the door. There was one at the bottom. I already removed one on each side, and I think there's one that pinches the rocker at the bottom over there. She's a keeper, boys and girls. I got her helping me out with the truck. She's gonna help me take out these Allen wrench beauty bolts from Carbon Kings, and I'm gonna start taking out some of the 10mm so we can pop these things right off. All right, we got the fender off on this side. You know, I did want to say, I believe I may be wrong about what I had thought. I thought the engine was pushed to the left, but truthfully, I just think it's because everything else is slanted to that side. It just gives off that illusion, which is a good thing. And honestly, I'm not too sure if I'd really say the frame is really bent at all. It looks fairly straight. I mean, maybe minor, if anything. I'll try to take this thing off now. Yep. Just the antenna real quick. Pull that out. Let me pull this antenna right out of here. I think we'll go in without an antenna next time. Oh, man, look at this. Damn. You know, it's kind of crazy seeing this now as it sits. Here, I'll give you guys a good walk around. Let me put the fender in the grass. All right. So, as you can see, this inner fender is just cooked. I may have to try to find another one of those. We'll figure that out a little later. Yeah, the ratchet's still down there. But, man, as far as suspension, it doesn't look too bad. I'm surprised that upper shock tower didn't give out, because I know those are known to fail on these static lowered trucks like this. Man, everything seems relatively okay, to be very honest. It's just the radiator support and the inner fenders at this point. We straighten those out, man, things will be able to start, you know, going on the truck. I'll take some videos of some of the new parts come in, but I'm sure you guys will see them in future updates as we put the truck back together. So this is this is pretty exciting. Actually, it looks kind of sick like this. I'm not even gonna lie. Looks like a little go-kart. I would wheel this down the road all day long, as it sits. Well, if you guys made it through this almost 20-minute long video, please drop a comment. Let me know what you think. And got quite a bit done. So if you guys want to see more truck content, and stay tuned because there's going to be multiple parts to this series of rebuilding this truck. But if you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.